For taking the time to watch that short video. So how many of you have seen this video before? Has anyone seen this? Oh,
I'll watch it later.
Okay, okay, so that's it. Okay, so what'd you think? How did it resonate with you?
I can identify with a lot of the things that she said as far as students building a rapport with them. I think I'm really good with that. Once I build a rapport with them, it's easier to teach them. It's easier to have. It's somewhat as a double-edged sword because when you build a rapport with them, then they want to come talk to you about it. So sometimes you gotta, walk that fine line with them. When they go too far, like, hey, you need to see an administrator or go see somebody about it. But as far as building a rapport, when you build a rapport with a student, they always remember you.
I like some of the quotes. I wrote some of them down. So the first one, kids don't learn from people that they don't like.
Yes.
That's one thing that stood out.
Absolutely.
The way a teacher or educator comes at one person, a different student might receive different from somebody else. And it's all about respect in regards to it. The second one that stood out, give positive feedback no matter how bad the situation is.
Yeah.
So I can relate to when they missed the 20 questions. Out of 20 questions, they got 2 of them right.
Yep.
Because the pre and the post, you start with 0 right, and you with 2. So that stood out. Third one, leave a legacy of relationships that cannot be spared.
Yes.
Yep, so that's
well said.
And the last one is teaching and learning should bring joy.
What stood out to me was seek first to understand, and the example that I remember years ago was with the young man who came to school with no school supplies, but he had got up that morning and he had to take his sister to school, and he ended up giving his sister the school supplies, and by the time he got to school, the teacher started, ragging on him or getting on because he didn't have supplies. So, seek it first to understand, because a lot of the students go through a lot before they get to it.
So how do you think Miller Grove, how do you think we do in ensuring that every child has a champion? How do we do overall as a school?
I think we do it naturally. I think this surplus of us in this building that, for one reason or the other, naturally have relationships with the kids because it's just what we do. And so it's plenty of us in the building, and so I think they're okay.
The registrar, she's not out in the halls and people don't really see her, but they find her.
Yeah, they do.
How do they find her? I don't know, but they find her.
They do.
How do they find you, Doctor?
I have no idea. And it's one. She actually just found me. And I was leaving in the afternoon, and she spoke, I spoke. And she said, "Where's your office?" I said, "I'm not going to tell you. You got to find me." And lo and behold, she found me. And it's just what the one quote, seek first to understand. That is what stands out for me. Because, like you said, I'm not a teacher. But my report with them is just listening and directing them when they have to go, because you're a student first, but you also have feelings. And so they just know that I'm here for them, and I know when to just try to ship them off when I can, but I'm here for them.
So how do we reach those other students? What can we do to reach those other students that we're not able to capture? There's some that we just haven't been able to get to. What can we do?
One strategy I use when I put them in groups, I sort of watch. See who the leaders are, and then those leaders, I sick them on the students that don't behave right or don't want to do the work. And they find out if they respect the student leader, then they respect the teacher. So
that we approach the kids.
yes,
I'm not in the classroom, but every morning those kids come in and get a tardy pass. I'm saying good morning, how was your day? And one of them asked me, he said, "Well, why do you say good morning to us every day?" I said, "Because I'm human, you're human. You deserve a certain respect that I get." And ever since then, we've had a report. He come by. I just want to say, "Hey, how you doing?" Or whatever. But I'm like, but you're not a teacher. I said, "It doesn't matter. I'm in here to service you." And I said, "If you ever need anything, I'm right over here." So, he makes his way come by, not ask anything, just simply say, "Hey, how you doing today?"
Yeah.
And simple things like that
Yes,
is what
go a
will
long
bring
way.
another child.
Yeah.
And that's usually how it works, because if I find one, hey, let me bring you with me. And so by this time, this one is turned into 5 kids.
Yes.
And I don't know how I get them all, but it's just you start with that one, and you just show, that you put them first. You are here for them. And they kind of, like Cloud, become the student leaders. They kind of pass it on.
And I know one thing, they watch us. How we
Oh,
move.
yes.
If we move as a unit and we move as a collective, they tend to see that and emulate that also.
Be around, like, to get engaged, like all the activities here.
Yeah.
So like they need
Like
the teachers, the students need more support. Like prom, like when you have like the senior activities, when you have the freshman activities, just being around, they'll see who's engaged.
Yeah.
And the ones who are engaged, they're the ones who the students reach out to.
Do you all think that we have any barriers that we're currently facing that would prevent us from increasing our engagement with our students?
In my DECA club, I want to offer it to more kids, but when those fees start rolling in, they don't have it.
They don't have it.
So finding some kind of partners in the community, finding some like to sponsor kids and to give them that uplift so they don't have to worry about the financial piece would definitely bring them around with the kids. Because a lot of them come to me like, Coach, I can't afford $100.
Your lowest grade in a particular class.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That's a good.
Academic incentives.
Yes.
Yeah, that's really good. Or if they join a club, they get incentives in other classes
Yeah.
for them to want to join other clubs.
And I would say with that too, we gotta make the clubs known. I guess have them posted around the school, what clubs, who the sponsors are, how you can reach them, what's their locations. That way, so students will know exactly who they need to see if they want to join a particular club.
We can get our kids involved. I mean, students that are involved in extracurricular activities tend to do better academically overall, right? They graduate on time because they have something that's keeping them accountable.
Yeah.
So if we can get our kids involved, I mean, our school spirit is so low here. If we can get our kids engaged and involved, I mean, we always talk about you must do something positive, but we're not really
Showing them.
Yeah.
What
or
the positive
helping
things
them.
that you.
And, back in my day, we used to do like the first football game, a parent rally. But here,
Never.
we won't have to have it all the time, but the first football game, even from other districts I came from in Alabama, it'd be the first football game, homecoming, and the first basketball game.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Because it's really nothing for them to do at Miller Grove.
Well, thank you all so much for your time. We did go